You may be thinking it's a little bit too early for a spring list, but at the end of the day, here in South Louisiana, it's starting to warm up a bit, the grass is getting greener, and let's face it, spring starts here a little bit earlier than everywhere else. So 10 fragrances, niche edition, spring, stay tuned. Hello one and all, my name is Joshua, as you may know, and this is our channel, Scentsense. To all my loyal subscribers who continually to painstakingly watch these videos and appreciate the content that I've been rolling out, I appreciate you. And to all you people who may be sitting on the fence and haven't been able to decide what you want to do, come and knock on our door, we'll be waiting for you. Jumping right into it, the first fragrance we're going to be talking about, in my opinion, is a symbolic fragrance of spring. It's green, it smells like the 4-leaf clovers that are all over the place. Okay, not really, it's just 4-leaf clover, Irish, green Irish tweed, you get it. Green Irish tweed from Creed. Gentlemanly, fresh, clean, and sophisticated, green Irish tweed was created in the year I was born, so you know it's gotta be fantastic. A perfect fragrance that is synonymous with the months of spring, especially when it comes to our Irish holidays that come in the month of March. As you can see, I've got a smaller bottle and I put quite the little dent in it. I love this stuff. I think it's perfect for where I'm gonna wear it. I'm definitely gonna wear this a lot to the office. This is a great fragrance when it comes to the month of spring. I know you've heard about it, but I'm gonna keep talking about it. A Creed fragrance that's on the list, Green Irish Tweed. Coming in at number 9 is a fragrance from a house that I learned about from an Instagrammer over at the Instagram channel called Scentsense. He went ahead and talked about this fragrance house ad nauseum. He really amped him up, and you know, I had to figure out if I thought they were great, and they just so happen to have probably one of my top 5 big base fragrances that I've ever smelled in my life, especially for such a cheap price. Enough rambling. Coming in at number 9, MOLINARD's FIGUE. I don't know if it's FIGUE or FIGUE, but it's a French fragrance house. It's MOLINARD. They make great fragrances. From what I understand, they are classified as niche, but they're very price affordable. The best place I found to get this is crystalfragrances.com or crystalfragrance.com. You should definitely go check it out. This is going to be something that's going to be fresh and inviting. It's going to have a lot of the same characteristics as Green Irish Tweed, but it's going to be very fig based. It's very clean, and it's very crisp, and I feel like it's quintessential for our fragrance collection. For only $45, guys, you can't go wrong. And I mean, it's a really cool looking bottle. I think I paid like 45 or 50 bucks for this. Anyway, enough rambling. At number 9, MOLINARD's FIGUE. Coming in at number 8 is gonna be my versatile fragrance. This is gonna be the fragrance that I go to when I just really don't know what to grab, and I just want something that is gonna work in pretty much any occasion, and it's gonna just be an easy grab. Coming in at number 8 from the house of ROJA, ELYSIUM. ELYSIUM is probably the most easy to wear fragrance from the niche world. It's probably the closest to designer offering that I've smelled in quite some time, but it's kind of like if you took a designer fragrance and you just made everything about it better. This is probably one of my favorite fragrances that I've ever owned, and as you can see, there's not a whole lot of juice left. Partially that's because I split off some of it, as I've said in earlier videos, but it's also because I've worn it a lot. If you're looking for something that's gonna be easy to check out and join into the niche world, an easy transition fragrance, a fragrance that's also just beautiful to look at, go ahead and check out ROJA's ELYSIUM. I immediately assumed that this fragrance was gonna smell dank, it was gonna smell heavy, it was gonna be overbearing, and I just really thought it wasn't gonna be anything as what it was described. But boy was I wrong, and man am I glad I'm wrong. Coming in at number 7 is MANCERA's AOUD Lemon Mint. AOUD Lemon Mint is a fantastic lemon fragrance. It's probably my favorite lemon fragrance. The reason why I really like it though is because the mint is very refreshing, and the oud that I thought was gonna be super heavy and super dank and super off-putting gives this some life. And what I mean by life is usually fresher fragrances tend to be fleeting and leave and disappear and vanish, but this one right here has staying power. It projects, it lasts, and it's also ultra unique. If you're looking for an ultra unique fragrance that's gonna last, MANCERA's AOUD Lemon Mint. Coming in at number 6 is a fragrance that I reviewed and talked about not too long ago. It's from a relatively newer niche house called RENIER. It's often compared to Creed's Aventus, but I definitely think it's very much more unique and characteristic, but I think it's a better alternative to Creed's Aventus. The perfume, as some will call it, that we're talking about at number 6 is Crystal Rain. You're gonna get a lot of the same characteristics when it comes to the opening. You're gonna get that lush, fruity smell. You're going to get those woods that balance it. But at the end of the day, this one just turns into something else. It tends to be a little more on the fruity side. I find that this is a lot more complex. I don't think it's so linear as what Aventus is. Not saying that Aventus is bad. I just really like this one better. The cool thing about these fragrances is that they're based off of a painting. So basically, RENIER will paint a painting and then he'll basically show it to a perfumer, and the perfumer will create a fragrance based off of the painting. And that's why when I talk about this one, it's just pure art, man. And if you're interested in my review on it, I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below. But definitely a great one, and definitely one that I'll be wearing. And as you can see, I've worn a good bit of it. Coming in at number 6 is Crystal Rain from RENIER Perfumes. At number 5 is another fresh fragrance that will be really easy for me to wear at any time, but it's probably one of the easiest to wear fresh fragrances when it comes to niche or indie. I don't really know what you would classify this fragrance as. I think it would be niche because it's a newer house and they only make fragrances, but the fragrance we're talking about is ARGOS Pour Homme. As I've said many times when describing this fragrance, this smells like if Versace had their own private collection, much like Tom Ford, YSL, and many others. This would be what Versace would do. Lemon, citrus, fresh, clean, easy to wear, not offensive. It's a great all-around fragrance. This is Versace going niche. Coming in at number 5, ARGOS Pour Homme. Coming in at number 4 is a fragrance that I'll be reviewing this week. You can definitely go ahead and watch out for that one and check it out, because I promise you'll look forward to watching it. I look forward to watching it, and I'm the one who's making it. Yet again, another fig-based fragrance. Yet again, another great one. Coming in at number 4 is KIERIN's 10 AM FLIRT. A very simplistic fragrance from a house that likes to articulate how it feels to be a New Yorker. This is an organic fragrance, and what I mean by organic is it just feels like it came naturally for someone to create this. They weren't trying to find some kind of cliche target audience. They weren't trying to find some demographic that they were after. They were trying to make something that smelled great, but also was inspired by the life and times of people in a busy city. 10 AM FLIRT has 3 notes. That's cashmere wood, fig, and gardenia. As many of you know, I'm not a huge fan of gardenia, but when it comes to this, I find that the fig kind of swallows the gardenia and kind of melds into some new kind of smell. And I find that it's more fig-based than gardenia, so it's really kind of cool, because it seems like it's a guy and a girl in one thing, kind of just battling out to see who's gonna show the bigger presence. So I find like it's a perfect marriage of a fragrance. I love this one so far. I'm gonna continue to wear it, and you'll definitely be seeing a review coming up later this week. From the house of KIERIN, 10 AM FLIRT. And number 3 is from a niche house that's often looked down upon when it comes to people who stick their nose up in the air. The fragrance we're talking about is Bleeker Street by Bond No. 9. Some people would expect it to be Scent of Peace, because Scent of Peace is something that I really love, but Scent of Peace is something that I'll be wearing in summer. When it comes to spring, I'll be wearing this guy. Fresh and easy to wear, and blueberry through and through. This is something that's very unique and tends to lend kind of to the feminine side of fragrances, but definitely has a mass appealing note to it. My wife loves this one. She isn't one to complain most of the time about my fragrances, but she's also not one to, you know, embellish or talk a lot about a fragrance. And when she first smelled it, she did just like this. Ooh, what's that? I like that. So when I get one of those, usually that means that the fragrance is gonna be a keeper. So coming in at number 3, a delicious, yummy, fantastic fragrance from the house of Bond No. 9, Bleeker Street. At number 2 is a fragrance that I touched upon in a review of a house and 2 fragrances that I received from that house. The fragrance we're talking about, coming from the house of JUSBOX at number 2, is Feel and Chill. Feel and Chill is a brand new fragrance from a brand new house called JUSBOX. It's not brand new in the world of fragrance, but it's brand new here in the States. This fragrance is based off of times of music when it's all about relaxing and chilling out, bro. What you're gonna get a lot in this fragrance is juicy watermelon and awesome, beautiful, clean, and just great smelling fig. Yes, I have a problem with being obsessed with fig. This is a quintessential, easy to wear, good times, good vibes fragrance. The bottle is beautiful, the bottle is relaxing, the colors are relaxing. Everything about this fragrance just articulates a cool, really neat, unique vibe. This is one of the very few fresh fragrances that I've ever experienced to last as long as this one. This one was pushing 8 to 10 plus hours. The only fresh fragrance that I can think about that lasts longer than this one and pushes out more than this one and is probably a little more unique than this one is gonna be at number 1. But before we move on to number 1, let's celebrate number 2 yet again. That's JUSBOX's Feel and Chill. And number 1 is an ultra unique fragrance from an ultra unique house that tends to push the boundaries. But when it comes to this one, boundaries may have been pushed, but the freshness, the easy to wearness, and how long it lasts, unrivaled. The fragrance we're talking about is You or Someone Like You by État Libre d'Orange. Let's just call it Eldo for short because it's a lot easier than saying that mouthful. But when it comes to You or Someone Like You, this is probably the most provoking, fresh fragrance I've seen or smelled in quite some time. The lasting power on this one is incredible. The projection is out of this world. I don't understand what they did to make a fresh fragrance last this long or to project this well, but I've got to tell you, I'm telling you right now, all BS aside, projection, 5-6 hours. Longevity, 10, 12, 14 hours. This stuff is almost nuclear in projection and longevity. Now, before you people out there who, have to have smart comments, no, it's not gonna radiate, it's not gonna melt your skin, you're not gonna die. It's just really, really strong. It's called painting a picture. Calm down. If you're looking for something that's gonna smell fantastic, that's gonna be fresh, that's gonna be easy to wear in spring, and no one else is gonna smell like you, but you are gonna smell like you all day long, the fragrance you're gonna reach for, I promise you, without a doubt, that will work for this occasion, is You or Someone Like You by État Libre d'Orange. So wrapping up, this is my top 10 fragrances that I'll be wearing in the month of spring that just so happen to be niche fragrances. These are ones that I think you should definitely check out. They're worth your time because I'm not gonna present something to you and tell you that these are the best spring fragrances that I've experienced if I don't think it's worth you sniffing. So go ahead and check these out. I'm sure they're not gonna disappoint you, and if they do, let me know about it. And if you smelled them before, leave a comment in the section below letting me know what you think about it. And as always, I thank you so much for stopping by. Go ahead and smash that notification bell. That way, you will actually get notified when my videos come out. And as always, and most importantly, I'll smell you later. Peace!